So with American Greg LeMond just 45 seconds behind the leaders and with only 30 miles left, he must make his move soon. Because up front, Francesco Moser in the lead here now has to repel another attack from the brilliant Van der Arden. Try as he might, Moser suddenly hits a hole in the cobbles, and once again a leader in Paris-Roubaix is down. The confusion behind, Moser looks for a mechanic. He seems completely confused. No one to help him, nothing for it but to run. As Moser runs, a mechanic tries to keep pace with him. The klaxons indicate that LeMond and all the rest are coming up. A mechanic in panic is not a good one. Moser, showing experience, waits patiently, but two Renault team riders go clear. After all the work to make the gains, Moser now has to watch the losses come along. Rider after rider goes by. As Moser remounts, the last one to come by, yes, Greg LeMond.
So the Belgian national champion, Eric van der Arden, assumes the mantle of current leader in this race almost 7 hours old. Can he take the lead to Roubaix? Not without shedding the hungry wolves behind. Young French star and matinee idol of the cycling world, 24-year-old Marc Madiot. And with him, a man 4 years his senior, defending champion Sean Kelly. Kelly wearing his goatee of filth for which he's become famous. And Greg LeMond is there too. Where do you look on these men of steel for a sign of weakness? Eric van der Arden punches a hole in the wind alone at the front. His demeanor now one of almost panic as he senses the urgency of the riders behind. Over his shoulder, the wolves have begun to work together, taking turns at the front. Their common prey bears the name Van der Arden. There's Sean Kelly in the red, white, and blue. And number 127, Greg LeMond. Racing as allies will save them almost 60% of their effort. And that effort saved becomes Van der Arden's loss, as now he struggles in the lead against the winds of the north. Van der Arden is greeted alone by the fans lining still another pathway choked with cobblestones. The chase group chewing up the Belgians' lead are only precious seconds behind now. On this cobbled straightaway, they can see the race leader. And now, Van der Arden knows his predators have worked their cruel magic all too well, as from above we see yet another would-be champion of Paris-Roubaix scolded by those who have learned it's just too early to make the escape to victory. And so Eric van der Arden, wearing the colors of Belgium on his jersey, is consumed by the rest of the pack. Eric van der Arden trades the lead for a place in the pack in the town of Sisson, 15 miles from Roubaix. It's clear now that the winner of this classic will come from within this group of 8 riders. Will it be Sean Kelly or the Frenchman Madiot? Or number 127, Greg LeMond? LeMond now taking his turn at the front. Who will strike first on the roads to Roubaix? After 150 miles of competition in the worst conditions imaginable, who could possibly have the strength to find one more sprint for a victory? The velodrome in Roubaix begins to fill with the thousands who will soon know the answer to that very question. Here's to win this race. But still, the youngster in front is fully aware of what's behind. And the farmer's son from Tipperary, Sean Kelly, possesses the most lethal sprint in the sport. And does Madiot know that on Kelly's shoulder is Greg LeMond? Maybe the devils behind have precipitated this madness up front. Madiot produces energy from deep within, and even through the layered mud on his face, can already taste the victory ahead. The other sprinters chasing must wonder why the Frenchman doesn't collapse as he puts more distance on them. Marc Madiot, who finished 9th in the Moscow Olympics before turning professional, has the greatest achievement of his career within grasp. And then the word comes to Madiot from the race car. If he can maintain an even pace now, the race will be for second place. That race will include LeMond and Kelly, who have been silent partners since the very beginning. Up front, Madiot accepts an unofficial victory in the form of a handshake from his coach, Cyril Guimard. LeMond has gone to a sprint to try and take a second, while Madiot makes the final turn towards the velodrome. And behind him, 6 riders in the town of Roubaix will decide second place. Madiot has entered the velodrome 400 yards from victory, while his French teammate Bruno Vochnek, the son of Polish immigrants, leaves the chase group. Vochnek, who lives only miles from Roubaix, tries to reach home in second place. Back in the velodrome, and Marc Madiot raises his arm to the now deafening crowd to watch a fellow Frenchman win this most prestigious crown. What they're about to find out, though, is that there'll be 2 Frenchmen on the rostrum, as here comes Vochnek. And as Madiot greets the crush of reporters, watch the race for third, LeMond and Kelly, joined by 3 other riders entering the velodrome. Avoiding the crash, both the American and the Irishman, LeMond and Kelly, ride briefly on the infield. And then, it's LeMond out in front of Kelly with only 100 yards left. Kelly on the left and LeMond right. And Sean Kelly's sprint forces the American into 4th place just at the line. Up on the podium, the man who recently won the heart of a former Miss France, Madiot, a cobblestone trophy held overhead, and now he and partner Vochnek winning the hearts of all of France. And with me, Greg LeMond, an historic American finish.
What an unbelievable race. Great finish. Not good enough. I didn't have anything left. Oh, it's terrible.
Your first finish at Paris-Roubaix. What'd you think?
I was happy. I didn't crash, didn't flat, so I had some luck, but just didn't have enough of the final. Greg?
The worst cobbles we've seen, the worst conditions we've seen in some time. What was it like out there?
Really slippery, a lot of crashes, but it was the wind that really killed everybody. It really killed me because there was one section I got behind because of the mud, and to come back I had to fight for 5-6 miles in the headwind, and it just blew out my reserves.
Congratulations, Greg.
And so the American, Greg LeMond bike racer, Greg LeMond family man, completes 7.5 hours through the cobblestones. 172 started, 35 reached the finish. The hell of the North has enjoyed a good day indeed. For Phil Liggett, I'm John Tesh.